Today's topic, people pleasing, because the tarot said so. Welcome to the Tarot Said So, where I have merged tarot readings with our Biz Glitch 366 project, which is a mistake of the day business owners make. We've made them, we've seen them, we have fixed them, we've overcome them. So today we're going to be talking about actually two glitches that are in this week's glitches, which are glitch 279 through 285 for October 5th through October 11th. All of the glitches and their videos from last year are in the description below. But specifically, this week there are three glitches that I found very interesting. Today's October 8th, glitch 282, how do you handle frustration and confusion in business? We have done a 10-minute tarot on managing conflict. And then tomorrow, the 9th and the 10th are you too agreeable in your business? And are you a contrarian in your business? Now, maybe this doesn't apply to you, but maybe you are associated with people that have these tendencies. So we're going to do tarot readings on people pleasing and being a contrarian. So do you prefer peace over progress or rebellion over results? Because in business, sometimes we swing between two extremes. We avoid conflict, but we stall on innovation. Or let's see, I have my notes here. Or we challenge everything and we're chasing disruption. And then that just causes a loss of stability, essentially. So we're going to start with the Money Moves Oracle for a little inspiration, because you did not start your business to lose money. You started your business because you wanted to make money, maybe more money than you were making before. And let's see what the cards say on what money inspiration can we glean for today. These are technically shuffled because I don't use any previous cards that I've pulled. I keep those out of the deck. And what do we have today? Resources. Resources. We talk a lot about resources here because you can't do it alone. Be grateful for what you have and save something for the future. Use wisely and as needed. I think this is so important when it comes to the things we need to do in our business. When we grasp our strengths and our weaknesses, we then can have a blueprint of what do we need to delegate, what resources do we need to accomplish taking advantage of your strengths and delegating the weaknesses. We'll end with the success card, so stay tuned for that. Today, I'm going to be using the Little Sister Tarot deck because sometimes it's nice to have a little sister. And let's see. So the question is, are you too agreeable in your business? Now, there was a reading that I did, and I don't remember if it wasn't last week. The success card last week was trending analysis. So it was either 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and the success card, that's typically at the end of the reading, was saying no. Whoa. Oh, we got a bunch of cards. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. 7 of Cups, confusion. 10 of Pentacles, legacy. I love all of those. Let's put them up as just for fun. So, saying no. This reading is about saying yes. Do you say yes too much at the expense of stress, at the expense of resentment, and having too much resentment with not pausing on saying no, not pausing before you say yes, not thinking through the consequences of saying yes, basically relinquishing your power and control for someone else's benefit. Are you too agreeable in your business? Okay. Let's see. We're doing the Tarot Said So spread, which are 8 positions in the shape of an 8. And the first card is the Pulse, which is the current state of your business. How is the current state of your business doing about being too agreeable or not? Now, a couple of things, housekeeping, totally forgot. This is entertainment purposes only. This is just for fun as another tool to glean some insight and inspiration in running the business so we don't feel so alone, because it can get very lonely. This is for the collective, although I do find that I am drawn to subject matters that I have worked on probably my entire adult life. So I feel these deeply, but I hope that these will resonate with you. And if so, I'd love for you to leave a comment. And is free. Liking is free. Subscribing is free. So, so the pulse of the business, current state of being too agreeable. 8 of Pentacles. You have, a job to do. You are busy in your business. You are developing and have been developing your craft. So to be discerning with requests that may not fit the scope of work that you need to accomplish or that you need to focus on, this is saying, to me, this just is a state of discernment, really practicing discernment. And the next is the block. What's holding you back from accomplishing being less agreeable in your business, if that is something that you find? Wow, the 10 of Pentacles. So that pulled before. So 8, and now the 10 of Pentacles. Your business has the potential of fulfilling the legacy that you planned when you started your business. I've talked about this before, where there was a passion when you started the business, and keeping in touch with that passion or getting back in touch with that passion will help to accomplish the discernment. This is the block. So what do you see yourself forfeiting by potentially not addressing or having an awareness of this being too agreeable? And then the next is the Resource, which is what's your overlooked strength. Wow, all the money's coming out. The Queen of Pentacles. This could be somebody in your business that could help quantify, or at least as best as one can with missed opportunities, help to nurture the strength that you have about focusing on your business and attaining that sense of discernment. And I love that these are all pentacles. This is material wealth, success. This is also staying healthy in your business by not what's the word I'm looking for? Falling victim to an unnecessary stress because you're being too agreeable. Wow. I love it. Okay. Next is the Customer, which is how does the world see you in your business with this potential conundrum of being too agreeable? 8 of Cups. I love that this is the walking away card. This is walking away, moving away from that does not serve us. So I love that for us, because the walking away is understanding that what you give up, what you forfeit, will make you stronger for those moments that will still arise in testing us in our ability to be discerning before we're agreeable. Okay. Next is the Strategy, which is where to focus our growth. And this is the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is one of celebration family, reunion, but also fours are stability. So having the discernment, protecting your health, protecting the legacy of your business by not surrendering and relinquishing control to someone else for their whims. This will be, so what did I say this was? The strategy where to focus. Yeah. So if you focus on success, which is the long term of your business, these two right above one another, I think this will help with feeling more satisfied in your business and satisfied with yourself and a level of confidence versus the self-doubt of the decision making that is not of our own making because someone else is sort of like, thrusting their agenda onto us. All right, next is the risk. What needs a shakeup or a release? Wow, King of Cups. So we had the Eight of Cups moving away, and now we have the King of Cups, which is emotional intelligence. The Master of Emotional Intelligence. So this could be a mentor as well, of somebody who can sort of let you vent without judgment of a scenario. Like, okay, how could I have done this differently? Or where did I go wrong with agreeing without the discernment and without the focus on my own business and my own plans and my own long-term legacy and my own success? This could be where we have a queen and a king. Again, these could be advisors in your business that help you stay focused. Okay, and then we have the next two are the next chapter, which is short term, and the legacy, which is a long term. So the short term next chapter, so Three of Swords. But what I love about this is, even though it's heartbreak and grief and all of that, this is understanding what was happening, what is happening, what was happening, or what has happened is moving into the past. And this is the overcoming of grief so that you can focus on yourself. You may lose people who are all of a sudden like, wait, what you used to always, I thought we understood one another, where you helped me and it was without question. And so there are times where relationships are sacrificed for the sake of our own self-preservation and mental health. I look at this as, well, because it's a minor arcana, it is temporary. So this is just something that you will get over, essentially, without sounding trite. This is something you can move on, because again, Eight of Cups, you're moving on. There is grief. Grief isn't just in death. Grief is something that it no longer exists. It's change. There's grief in change. So if you are changing how you interact with certain individuals in your life, in your business, then that could lead to a sense of heartbreak. Now, the long-term legacy path that we can expect from this. Oh, and here's the major arcana, Temperance. Beautiful. Patience, tempering your newfound strength in making decisions for your benefit and not because someone else is exercising their agenda with your capabilities. That is gorgeous. I love it. Let's see. I'm going to take a picture of this. And now I want to look at the October 10th glitch is, are you a contrarian in your business? So you're the opposite end of the spectrum of being too agreeable. Are you forsaking results in the name of rebellion? And how does this impact your business? Does it just take more time for you to make decisions or change your mind or trust in a process? Yeah. Are you a contrarian in your business? How is your business impacted by constantly questioning everything versus testing? Instead of trying and testing, you just give up in advance, because what's the point? Now, it's one thing if you have data and you make these decisions to, not want to proceed with something in your business as a means to grow. But if you're just a contrarian for the sake of doubting or mistrusting, how does that impact? All right, I'm going to do the same spread. What's the current state of your business as a contrarian? Oh, the 8 of Cups. And you saw me shuffle. Moving away from things that no longer serve us. So how is this working for you? How is being a contrarian a positive impact on your business? And if not, is it time to move away? And I love that the moon is here, because we just had the full moon on October 6th, and it was pretty powerful. Next is the block. What's holding us back? Ooh, King of Pentacles. The businessman in the deck. Material wealth, success. What are you forfeiting in your business monetarily, financially, by constantly questioning instead of implementing? Wow. Next is the resource, your overlooked strength. Ooh, King of Swords. Mental clarity. 2 kings. Wow. So when the royals show up, again, they could either be the master strength that you need to tackle something like this, or you need advisors or counselors, mentors, or so on to kind of help you get through how to approach these kinds of things, because it's pretty intense. Here we have ego, beliefs, thoughts, and at what cost with the pentacles are you sacrificing? All right. Number 4 is the customer. How does the world see you with this contrarian tendency? 6 of Swords. This is also moving away. Wow, 2 moving aways diagonally. Water, being fluid with how you approach especially challenging tasks or activities in your business. How fluid are you with either trying new things or letting go of things that are no longer working in the business? Wow. 2 moving away cards. Next is the strategy, where to focus your strength, which I think I'm very intrigued to know what this card is, because we have 2 kings and we have 2 moving away cards. All right, here we go. The strategy, where to focus your growth. Whoa. Wow. The Tower. If we don't face that change is all around us all the time happening. And if we're not adaptable, then change will thrust itself upon us, and we will be forced to move on in a way that is more productive in the business. Wow. Okay, let's see. The risk. What needs to be shaken up? What needs to be released? Since we've got a lot of symbols and signals here that we need to be more adaptable than questioning. I mean, it's good to question things, but if we're just doing it because we're fighting and resisting the work or the change, that's going to be challenging. So what needs to be shaken up? Oh, we got the Four of Wands again. We had that for being too agreeable. The success that we experience when we let go, we give space to those things that will be profitable and productive in the business. Wow, I love it. 4, 6, and 8. 4, 6, and 8. Cups, pentacles, swords, wands, it's all here, okay? The next chapter and the legacy are where will our path lead us, short term and long term. The short term, Two of Swords. Decisions. Can you find yourself in the moment recognizing that I'm doing it again, and choose a different approach? Wow. And here's another moon. I love it. Okay, long-term legacy. Ooh, 5 of Cups. This is loss, grief. You know, I think between these two readings, because the glitches are back to back, are you too agreeable and are you too much of a contrarian? Change brings grief. But because this is a minor arcana, these are just scenarios, situations, circumstances, consequences that we will get past once we recognize and have an awareness of different choices that we can make. I mean, I can't add anything else to this. Really, really eye-opening with the kings and the walking away and the grief and the change of the Tower. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we're going to go to the success card and see what can you close us out with. Inspiration. I don't use the same card, but I just shuffle them because it's one of those tactile fixations. All right, here we go. Working hours. Ooh, interesting. So I haven't read it yet, but the connection for me here is we only have so many hours in the day. If we are forfeiting our time and decision-making to someone else's agenda, we lose working hours. We lose time. If we're too much of a contrarian for sport, just to kind of like prove what we think we know, we're wasting time. We could be wasting time. We're losing time by these two things that might not be as fruitful as we think. So I'm going to put this up on the screen, but there is no substitute for hard work, Thomas Edison. There are many unsaid expectations and considerations that go into determining working hours and striking the optimum balance between freedom and conformity. I like this word conformity, especially with these two glitches of the readings we did. Clearly communicate if you value general productivity, accomplishment of responsibilities, or time spent working. And then the prompts, how much and how hard do you expect people to work? Must it be consistent daily, weekly, by reason, or situationally? How much time can be spent on breaks and unrelated life tasks? Must everybody work and take lunch the same hours? Which tools, processes, and schedule options allow for management and meeting attendance alongside freedom and adaptability? So I'll put that up. I've done a glitch before on if you track your time, what reveals itself with what time wasters you might be doing just because it's familiar, it's comfortable, it's avoidance. Love it. Well, I thank you for joining me today for another Tarot Said So with our Biz 366 project. Please check the description for the glitches. Check the playlists of the different categories that we have. And please like and subscribe. Please comment if this resonated with you at all. And if there are any other topics that you find interesting that you may run into and encounter on a daily, weekly, quarterly, monthly, annually basis. With that, we will see you next time because the tarot said so.